After 45 years, the Kings can wear their crown. Score!
The Los Angeles Kings are indeed the kings of the National Hockey League.
Stanley Cup Moments, presented by McDonald's.
The expectations to start the season were probably a little bit different than all the Kings players were used to. They grew up together. They just finished 2 years in a row where they made the playoffs.
The feeling was that they've got the right pieces to put a winning team together, and that seemed to be the same attitude around the entire National Hockey League. The Los Angeles Kings will be a contender for the Stanley Cup.
You get 10, 15, 20 games into the season, and the Kings are winning some, they're losing some.
And we'd win a few games, but we seemed to always win either 1-0 or 2-1. It was always Jonathan Quick holding us.
This is a little bit of Kings frustration, but it's another low-scoring game for the Kings. It's another loss.
And then all of a sudden we can't score goals. Top players are trying everything. They're yelling at guys and nothing's changing.
We knew that we weren't playing well. We knew that we weren't responding under the current situation.
With the competitiveness now in the NHL, you can't afford to fall 6, 7, 8 points out of a playoff spot at the midpoint of a season.
So the Dallas Stars win it, handing the Kings their 4th straight loss, and the scoring woes continue.
Of course, everyone turns their attention to the coaches and the coaching staff.
You know, at the time, we were stumbling. And, you know, as the old saying goes, you get rid of the coach or you get rid of a whole bunch of the players.
I remember that day in Boston. A bunch of us were all over the city that day. We had a day off, and all of a sudden we had a 6 o'clock meeting at the hotel.
You know, I think everybody kind of put 2 and 2 together and knew what it was about.
It has been a wild and at times depressing last 24 hours for the Kings here in Boston. The players being held accountable for the dismissal of Terry Murray.
The first part about the thought process is extremely difficult to let any person go. And what Terry Murray did here can never be forgotten and is a huge part of our success here.
You can't fire a team. Unfortunately, the load and the pressure and the responsibilities fall on the head coach. It was a tough move for us. But again, sometimes the players, they just need a different voice. They need a different way of viewing the game.
We did it to ourselves. You could have easily traded guys or sent guys down or whatnot, and you know, sometimes unfortunately the coach is the first person to go.
I respect Terry a lot, and I liked him, and he was responsible for getting us where we were, and it was really hard to see that move be made.
That week was probably one of the hardest weeks for this team all throughout the year.
I think the first thing you feel as a player is a little guilty that your lack of performance led to someone else losing their job.
Again, yesterday, Darryl Sutter was introduced as the new head coach of the Kings, the 24th coach in club history.
What was the deciding factor in you taking this opportunity?
I think probably 2 or 3 things. Darryl, number one, was Dean. Working with him before, having the same type of feelings about players and type of team that you need.
I knew if I was going to do this, the type of coach I was looking for, the type of man I was looking for. And fortunately, not only was he available, but it was somebody that, you know, I had a very strong relationship with.
Darryl Sutter came in, and right away it was more aggressive.
He just wanted us to be a quicker team everywhere, all over the ice. You know, quick pressure here, quick pressure there.
Darryl brings that intensity, and you can see it around the dressing room, and definitely before a game, and he definitely demands the best out of you. If you're not playing well, you're just not going to play.
You know exactly where he stands on every issue. There's no gray. It's black or white with him, and you know exactly which direction he's going in. He's going to pull you in that direction, and if you don't want to be a part of it, then you're not going to be around for too long.
Players pretty much probably know who you are and what you're about, and for the most part, even though you don't personally know the players, you know what type of players they are and what you think they're capable of doing.
I think the belief system started to develop with the Kings because of the new style they were playing. That more aggressive approach, the go get the puck, go take the game away from the opposition. That was a completely different attitude and atmosphere than had started the season.
He told them, let's be more aggressive offensively. And I think That's what every player wants. Every player wants to score goals.
That gave us some confidence that, all right, at least we're back on the right track. When Darryl came on and we had a real good streak where we were picking up points in every game, guys are starting to feel a little bit more confident again. I thought we all knew that you could breathe just a little bit easier.
He challenges you on a one-on-one basis, to kind of play better than the guy that's across from you. And, I think guys really kind of took hold of that.
He has kids our age that, I know he would say this too. He pretty much thinks we're his kids and his family, and that's just how he cares about this team and about the players on it.
He came in and motivated us to be at our best. He knew which buttons to press to get certain players going and to get certain players playing to the best of their abilities.
I think the guys embraced that attitude. Everybody jumped on board. From that point there, I really sensed that this team was, poised to do something special.